One of the central themes of this film is that family is where you find it, family is what you make of it.
And A Nightmare Monster Hellscape is a wonderful place to raise a family.
It's an exciting story because Gia discovers that she is indeed not the last of her kind.
It's an entire Iwi civilization protected within Hollow Earth.
The Iwi believe that at the end of the world, one of their own will return.
Gia is the one that tells Godzilla that he has to help Kong to defeat the Scar King.
At the center of Godzilla x Kong is Gia, the young Iwi girl who we introduced in Godzilla vs. Kong. We learned in that film that she was the last of the Iwi tribe, who were the tribe of natives on Skull Island, who had a very close relationship with Kong. And in this film, she is getting some kind of message, they're not sure what, but something is reaching out to her from Hollow Earth.
Gia.
Gia and Kong, they're both going through this existential, lonely crisis of being the last of their kind, and this movie's really about them exploring the two different realities within a Hollow Earth that are both their stories together.
It's sort of paralleled with the Gia and Andrew's relationship. This time they're sort of unpacking the fact that Gia is adopted and like what her heritage is, and it's the same with Kong as well.
Gia, along with her mother, Dr. Eileen Andrews, Bernie, and a new character called Trapper, go into Hollow Earth and try to discover what this message is, and actually discover that it's a distress signal being sent by an Iwi civilization that exists within Hollow Earth.
No, you can't take her.
Hold on. Okay, we're not
Hey, don't put it. Wait, I don't know where she's taking her. Hey!
The heart and soul of the Godzilla Kong saga has been Gia and Andrews' story.
Okay.
Andrews took Gia in as an orphan when the Iwis on Skull Island were all wiped out. Gia comes from this different culture that potentially doesn't exist anymore.
We're gonna figure this out.
It's definitely that moment when a child is flirting with her independence in a much more extreme way, and the mother is wondering about how much freedom they should give them versus how many boundaries they should give them. But of course, in this world, that's to do with monsters and saving the world, so it's a little bit different.
Action. Kaylee's one of the most professional actors I've ever worked with. She was like this when she was 10 years old. She stepped on GBK as though she'd been making movies longer than any of us. She just knows this character inside and out. I don't think we could do these movies without Rebecca, because she can fluently speak with Kaylee and ASL, and they have a really great bond.
It's just so wonderful to get to work with an actress when she was sort of like pre-teen, and then you come back and now she's a teenager and she's that much more mature and she's that much more sophisticated. It's been fun. It's been fun to see her grow up.
Dr. Andrews has clearly worked very hard to raise her in a world where she believes she's the very last of her kind. Through the course of the film, however, we discover that she's not. There is a thriving, incredible Iwi civilization within Hollow Earth, And that poses a real challenge for Dr. Andrews because she loves her daughter and wants to continue raising her, but also sees how happy she is now that she's found the rest of her tribe.
You have Gia, orphaned, finding her people over the course of the movie, finding her place in the world. And similarly, you have Kong taking his journey to find his place in the world. And when Gia finally has awakened from Mothra, she is really taking an active role in the story and transitioning from somebody who could have been a hero to being that hero.